Someone convinced you that borrowing money could be a good thing, and you've been believing that lie for years. Good debt might be the most expensive 2 words in your entire financial life. Let me prove it. Hey, I'm your finance friend, and today we're taking apart an idea nearly everyone accepts without ever questioning it. The banks love this idea. Your parents repeated it. But comfortable ideas are exactly the ones worth interrogating. So here's the promise. By the end, you'll never look at good debt the same way again. First, let's define the myth clearly. Good debt supposedly makes you money. Bad debt supposedly just takes it away. Mortgages, student loans, business loans get the green stamp. Credit cards and car loans get the red one. It sounds clean and logical. Except reality doesn't sort debt into 2 neat little boxes. Because the truth is, no debt is good or bad by its category. It's good or bad by its math. Let's start with the most sacred one of all, the mortgage. Everyone swears buying a home is smart debt. And it can be. But watch what happens when we look past the pretty front door. On a 30-year loan, you can easily pay nearly double the price of the house in interest alone. So the same mortgage is good if the home appreciates, and bad if you're overpaying for a shrinking asset. The label never changed. The numbers did. Keep that idea in your pocket. We'll come back to it. Now, the second sacred cow, student loans. We're told education is always an investment in yourself. Investing in yourself is beautiful. But an investment only counts if the return actually beats the cost. A cheap degree leading to a high-paying career? Green. A pricey degree with weak job prospects? Bright red. Same good debt label. Wildly different outcomes. The category told you nothing useful at all. Here's the trap. The label makes you stop thinking. You hear good, and you swipe the pen. Banks understand this psychology perfectly. A friendly label lowers your defenses better than any interest rate ever could. Now let's talk about the real engine behind good debt, a scary word called leverage. Leverage means using borrowed money to control something bigger than you could afford alone. It amplifies everything. And here's the part they never emphasize. Leverage amplifies your losses just as powerfully as your gains. When the asset rises, you look like a genius. When it drops, the debt stays exactly the same size. This is how confident people lost everything in every housing crash you've ever read about. Same math, different feeling. So the third question you need is simple. What happens to this debt if everything goes wrong? Good debt should survive a bad year. If a rough patch destroys you, it was never truly good. Remember that mortgage math from earlier? This is why it matters. Your margin of safety is everything. Let's add another sneaky category people call good. The business loan. Borrowing to grow your income machine. In theory, it's the best debt of all. In practice, most small businesses don't survive their first few years. So that loan is a launch pad or an anchor, depending entirely on execution, timing, and luck. Notice the pattern yet? The word good keeps hiding a coin flip behind a comforting smile. Now here's the twist nobody tells you. Some so-called bad debt can actually be the smarter move. A 0% car loan while your cash earns interest elsewhere? That bad debt just quietly made you money. Meanwhile, a good mortgage at a terrible rate can silently bleed you for 30 long years. See, the labels are backwards more often than you'd think. Real judgment lives in the actual terms. So let's build the mental framework I promised. 3 questions to replace one lazy label. Question 1. Does this debt buy an asset that reliably grows faster than the interest I'm paying? Question 2. Can I comfortably survive the payments, even if my income suddenly drops in half? Question 3. Is the total interest small enough that the reward clearly outweighs the risk I'm taking? 3 yeses, and you probably have genuinely good debt. Any no, and that green label is lying to you. You are a calm, neutral narrator. Read the line in a steady, even tone with consistent pitch and pace, minimal emphasis, and no dramatic swings. Sound clear and natural, like a measured documentary or audiobook reading. Do not overact or add hype. Notice this framework ignores the category completely. Mortgage, student loan, car, it treats them all identically. That's the freedom. You stop obeying labels and start reading numbers like a person who owns their money. Now let's talk about the emotional trap, because this is where good debt does its quietest damage. When debt feels good, you feel permission to take on more and more. And a little more after that. Suddenly, your smart investments have you working every single month just to service the interest. That's the real trap. Not one bad loan, but a lifetime of feeling okay owing money forever. A tool you pick up when the math is undeniable and put right back down when the job is done. So let's zoom out and picture two people who both borrowed the exact same good debt. The first ran the 3 questions, kept a safety buffer, and built quiet, steady, boring wealth. The second trusted the label, overborrowed, and one bad year turned his good debt bright red. Same debt, same label, completely opposite lives. The difference was never the category. It was the thinking. So the next time someone smiles and calls a loan good debt, don't nod along. Ask the questions, because a label is a marketing slogan. Your numbers are the only honest truth in the whole conversation. Let's recap fast. Debt isn't good or bad by category, only by its math and your margin of safety. Run the 3 questions. Grows faster than interest, survives a bad year, reward beats the risk. Simple. Do that, and you'll never be fooled by a comforting little word ever again. You'll see the machine. If this finally helped you see money differently, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next one. And give this a thumbs up. Then comment which good debt you were sold. I read every single one.